Hello everyone, in this problem we shall find shortest path of a graph by Dijkstra algorithm. Suppose this is the given graph and here we have to find the shortest distance between S and T. So S is the starting vertex and T is the destination vertex. We have to find shortest distance between S and T and we shall use Dijkstra algorithm. The step-by-step algorithm will be shown in this table. In the first step, we shall label the starting vertex S by 0 and it should be the permanent level of this vertex. So we put a tick here and we shall label all the remaining vertices by infinity. So this is the permanent level and these are the temporary levels. So this level will not be changed in the remaining steps, but these levels can be changed. Now consider step 2. Because this level is permanent, so we put this level and then we have to compute the remaining values for the vertices. First of all, consider the vertex A, and the rule is if there exists an edge between S and A, then the value of this will be minimum of one value will be the previous value of A, that is infinity, and then we have to compute the permanent level of the previous step. In the previous step, S was labeled permanently by 0, so we have to put 0 plus distance between S and A. From the graph we see that distance between S and A is 2, so it is 2, and then we have to compute minimum of these two values, and minimum of these two is 2. Next, consider the vertex B. Again we see that the vertex S and B are adjacent to each other. So in that case we have to put one value, that is the previous value, comma, and then the permanent level of the previous step, that was 0, plus distance between S and B. Here you see that distance between S and B is 5, so it is 5, and minimum of these two is 5. Next, consider the vertex C, and S and C are adjacent to each other. Hence, one value of this will be the previous value infinity, and the next value will be the permanent level of the previous step, that is 0 plus distance between S and C, and distance between S and C is 4, so it is 4, and minimum of these two is 4. Next, consider the vertex D. Now we see that the vertices S and D are not adjacent to each other. In this case, we have to put the same value of the previous step, that is infinity. Similarly, the vertex E, it is again not adjacent to S, hence we put the previous value, that is infinity. Consider T, it is not adjacent to S, so we may put the previous value, that is infinity. Next, we have to find the minimum value among these temporary values, and here you see that 2 is the minimum value. So in this step, this will be the permanent level of A, so we put a tick here because in the step 2 we have labeled A with permanent level 2. Now consider step 3, 0 and 2, these two are permanent levels, so we put 0 and 2 here. And consider B. Now B is adjacent to A because in the previous step A was labeled permanently by 2, hence we shall consider the distances from A. Now we see that the vertex B is adjacent to A, hence the rule is we have to put the previous value, comma, and the next value will be permanent level of the previous step, that is 2 here, plus distance between A and B, and distance between A and B is 2, so it is 2, and minimum of these two is 4. Now consider C. Here you see that A and C are not adjacent to each other, so we may simply put the previous value of C in this step. Consider D. Now D is adjacent to A, hence the rule is the previous value, that is infinity, comma, the permanent level of the previous step, that is 2, plus distance between A and D, and distance between A and D is 7, so we put 7 here, and minimum of these two is 9. Next, consider E. Here you see that A and E are not adjacent to each other, so you may simply put the previous value of E in this step. Finally, consider T. Similarly, T is not adjacent to A, hence we can put the previous value infinitive. Now, among these 5 temporary levels, 4 is the minimum, so we can select either these 4 or these 4 as permanent levels. Suppose we are considering B, so in this case we consider this is as permanent level, and hence B will be leveled permanently by 4. Next, consider step 4. First of all, we put all the permanent levels 0 to 4. Now in the previous step, B was leveled permanently by 4. So in this case, we have to compute the distances from B to other vertices. First of all, consider C. Here you see that B and C are adjacent to each other. Hence the rule is, first of all, put the previous value, that is 4, comma, the permanent level of the previous step, that is 4, plus distance between B and C, which is 1, and minimum of these two is 4. Consider D. Here you see that B and D are adjacent to each other. Hence the rule is previous value of D, comma, permanent level of the previous step, that is 4, plus distance between B and D, and distance between B and D is 4, and minimum of these two is 8. Consider E. Now E is adjacent to B, hence put the previous value, comma, and permanent level of the previous step, that is 4, plus distance between B and E, that is 3, and minimum of these two is 7. Finally T. Now B and T are not adjacent to each other, hence we may put previous value of T. Among these 4 values, 4 is the minimum, so this will be the permanent level of this step. So we put a tick here. So in this step, C will be leveled permanently by 4. Next, consider step 5. First of all, we put all the permanent levels 0, 2, 4 and 4. These 4 are permanent levels. Next, consider D. In this step, we have to compute the distances from C, because in the previous step, C was leveled permanently by 4. First of all, consider D. From the graph, we see that C and D are not adjacent to each other. C and D are not adjacent to each other, so we may put the previous value of D, that is 8. Consider now E. Here you see that C and E are adjacent to each other. Hence the rule is, put the previous value, that is 7, comma, permanent level of the previous step, that is 4, plus distance between C and E. And distance between C and E is 4. So it is 4. And the minimum of these two is 7. Finally T. Now we see that C and T are not adjacent to each other, so we may simply put the previous value of T, that is infinity. Now among these 3 values, 7 is the minimum, so this will be the permanent level of this step. So in this step, E will be leveled permanently by 7. Next, consider step 6. We put all the permanent levels 0, 2, 4, 4 and 7. In this step, we shall consider the distances from E. First of all, consider the vertex D, and here we see that D and E are adjacent to each other, and 1 is the distance between them. So the rule is, first of all, put the previous value, that is 8, comma, permanent level of the previous step, that is 7, plus distance between these two, which was 1, and the minimum of these two is 8. Finally consider T, and we see that E and T are adjacent to each other, and 7 is the distance between them. So the rule is, put the previous value, comma, permanent level of the previous step 7 plus distance between these two, which was 7 here, and minimum of these two is 14. Next, to select the minimum value among 8 and 14, which is obviously 8, so we select 8, and in this step D will be labeled permanently with 8. Next, step number 7, and this should be our final step. First of all, we write all the permanent labels. Only one value is remaining, and that is for T, and in this step we shall consider the distance from D to T. And here you see that D and T are adjacent to each other and the distance is 5 units. So the rule is put the previous value, that is 14, comma, permanent level of the previous step, that is 8, plus distance between D and T, which was 5, so it is 5, and minimum of these two is 13, and this is the only one value with temporary level, so it must be the permanent level of this step. So the table is complete. Now what should be the minimum length between S and T? And it should be obtained by the permanent level of the destination vertex, and T is our destination vertex, and what is the permanent level of T? And that is the 13 we obtained in the final step. So this is the distance of the shortest path. So minimum distance is 13. Next we shall find the shortest path, and this can be found by backtracking. To find the shortest path, we have to start with the destination vertex. Here T is the destination vertex and 13 is the permanent level of T. So we shall start from here. And the rule is we have to move vertically upward until there is a change value of T. Here we see that if we move vertically upward up to this value, then there is a change. This was 13 and this is 14. So there is a change. So we move vertically upward up to this point. Next we have to find the permanent level of that step, and here we see that in the step number 6 this was the permanent level, so we move from 14 to 8. Again we have to move vertically upward until there is a change, and from here we move vertically upward 8, 8, and here is 9, so there is a change. So up to that point we have to move vertically upward. Once we find a change, then we have to find the permanent level of that step, and this was step number 3, and in this step number 3 4 was the permanent level, so we move from 9 to 4. Again we move vertically upward until there is a change, and if we move vertically upward we find that there is a change, it is 5, so there is a change, we stop here. And again we find the permanent level of this step, and in the step number 2 this 2 was the permanent level, so we move from 5 to 2. Next we move vertically upward until there is a change, and we move vertically upward, and this is a change, infinitive. In this step we have to find the permanent level, that was 0, so we move from infinitive to 0. So this was the starting vertex, and this should be our shortest path. So if we highlight this path, we shall obtain the shortest path. Here we have highlighted the path in black, and this is our shortest path. If we write this, it will be from S to A. Here you see from S to A, then from A to B. So from A to B, then from B to D, from B to D, and finally from D to T. So this is our shortest path. If we highlight it in the graph, so we find that the shortest path is from S to A, from A to B, from B to D, and from D to T. And what is the length of this shortest path? We find that 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 4 8, plus 5 13. So this is the minimum length, and this is our shortest path by Dijkstra algorithm. Thank you.